Exciting times in the Brewers March to October. Our season is really trending up, and after the start we got off to, it's exciting, like I said, because we are 40-29, good for second place in the division and only 3.5 back of the division lead. And in terms of projected wins, we're tied. But not just the fact that we're playing good. At the end of last episode, we made the big trade because we got Segura. Now I will say Segura is not quite Trevor Story, but he is Segura, and that's not a bad thing at all. He's got really good fielding there at shortstop with pretty solid speed, and his hitting is definitely going to get the job done, especially when you compare it to who he replaced in the lineup. Against righties, he's 68-50, and that replaces a player who was 27-36 versus righties. So that's a major upgrade. And then against lefties, his numbers are even better at 76 contact, 61 power, and that replaces a guy who was 38-42. Not to mention, it's a fielding and speed upgrade over both guys too. So this is the kind of lineup we're going with here. I changed it around after we got Segura. I still have Wong leading off. His on base is up pretty close to 400, so like how could you not lead that off? He's actually having a really good season all around. But then we got Segura in the 2-hole, we got Yelich staying in the 3-hole, who we'll get back to him. Keston's batting cleanup, and then we got Omar, Shaw, and then near the bottom of the order we got Avi, and then Lorenzo Cain. Cain's still playing well. It's just I'm worried about all this regression. It's just not looking good. But then against lefties, I have Segura leading off with then Cain batting 2. Yelich still 3. We got Avi batting 4 though. Then Hira 5. Urias is in the lineup playing 3rd, and he's batting 6. He should play really well against lefties. But then I put Wong in the 7-hole. We got Pena in over Narvaez against lefties. And then the 3 guys who are always on the bench are Daniel Vogelback, Daniel Robertson, and Derek Fisher. I don't know why I went through every lineup like you don't know who I'm talking about, like this is the first episode, but I did, so here we are. But not only was the Segura trade a big deal, but I know you watched last episode, so I won't spend much time on it, but the fact that we got Angel Perdomo to a 74 overall was just as good as pretty much any trade we could have made for a lefty in the bullpen. Between the fast track and then the separate call-up opportunity, we got Angel Perdomo plus 12 in terms of overall. So he went all the way from a 62 to a 74 with C potential, so he does have the potential to continue going up by the end of the year. But he'll be a solid reliever now, and we have 4 all solid lefties in the bullpen. So if there was any more bullpen trading we would do, it'd probably be to replace either Topa or Yardley, most likely Topa. But I don't even know if that's necessary. But let's talk about the trade. Let's talk about trade management here. But we still have the positional needs set to relief pitcher, shortstop, and center fielder. Center fielder because remember Cain with his regression, I'm starting to worry. But then the players to target screen. So I think I mentioned it, but if I didn't, we could still trade for Trevor Story and he'd have a spot. Or any shortstop for that matter. Because Colton Wong, he has a secondary position of center field, and besides that 48 arm, he would play a pretty solid center field. But it's not like that arm's any worse than Lorenzo Cain, honestly. So we could realistically put Colton Wong in center if we were to get Trevor Story, and then we could either just have Story play second, or we could move Segura to second, or we can move Urias/Shaw to second and put Story at third. We got options. But the rest of my targeted options here are all outfielders, and I think I already had these 2 in the last episode. I still think these would be pretty solid additions. Honestly, I think George Springer is the one I want the most, even including the new guy I added, Joey Gallo. Now, I don't want this to just be identical to the White Sox March to October, trading for the same guy in Joey Gallo, but if there was ever a more perfect trade candidate, I haven't met him, because first of all, he's on the Rangers. We already know he gets traded because they traded him to me on the White Sox in that March to October, and they traded him in real life. But he's also not having a very great season. He's batting 186, 300 on base, and the slugging's way down even from his 2020, which was not the best. So I mean, hey, if we can trade for him and turn his season around, he'd be a really good piece, especially with that fielding also. We could put him in center field. The very last thing I want to talk about before we get into a game is I want to go over some league leaders here because, well, first, I feel like I haven't been doing a great job at keeping up with players' stats and seeing how they're doing. But once I did look at that and I looked at the league leaders, our boy Christian Yelich here could be in the MVP conversation, which is refreshing words to hear as a Brewers fan after the kind of season he's putting together this year. But he's third in batting average. He's leading the league in homers by a solid amount too, like 3 homers. He's got a full 3 homer lead on the next closest. But then he's up there in on-base percentage also, 408. He's still, you know, he's pretty far behind Arenado, who's maybe the front runner in MVP besides his home run count being a little low. But then the slugging, Yelich is way out in front in this category. 715 he's slugging, leading in OPS with over 1100. So yeah, I don't know. Christian Yelich, he could be in a pretty good spot for us here. And honestly, Hira is like weirdly high to the top of the boards. Alright, so anyway, with all that out of the way here, let's get into this game here. We have a chance to boost Gene Segura for the rest of the year if we can play well in his player lot game here. We get to face the Rockies in Colorado, which is probably the best case scenario if you're trying to do a hitter player boost. So let's go ahead, let's get into this here. We're facing Marquez, their ace, so maybe not completely best case scenario. All right, we got Segura stepping up to the plate. Also, I guess I should mention I've changed my camera angle back here. I've just, especially online, I've been struggling hitting, so I changed things up again. So I think this is what I started the year with back on the White Sox March to October, this zoomed in angle. Oh, and that doesn't get by him. Yeah, I didn't hit it well. Should have been more patient. That just looked like a meatball at first. It was a good sinker. Alright, back up. Second at bat in the 5th. Now what you want to see. They got him batting 8th. I didn't even realize that until just now. That's not going to lead to the most possible at bats game. Bat him leadoff or something. Oh, they gave me the check swing. So we worked the walk. Hopefully that gives me something. Didn't really get anything to hit that at bat. That's gonna get, oh, it's not gonna get down. Man, that just hung up there. Wow, I'm kind of in shock. I would not have thought that was gonna stay in the air. I didn't even think it had that much air to begin with. Oh, and then I pop it up on a good timing swing. I had the right idea, I just didn't put the PCI where it needed to be, and we're gonna be complete game shut out by German Marquez here in Colorado. Wait, never mind. What happened? Wow, so after we popped out, Vogelback pinch hit, he got walked, Robertson hit a single, and then Lorenzo Cain hit a game-tying homer. And now we got a chance here with 1 out to maybe push across the go-ahead run. And we get walked again. So 2 walks in this game mixed in with at least 1 good swing on a 3-2 count. That's 3 good at bats. We should get at least a 1+ here. Oh, and that one gets through, so we push across a run. Bases stay loaded. Oh, and they walk in another run. That one was the big one, because it's extras, so that first run is kind of free. Oh, and did Yelich do it? Oh, no, that one's dying at the track. Oh, that would have been nice, because now I'm not sure if we're going to pull out this win, but hopefully we do. Okay, I thought we were getting another at bat. That would have been bad news. But wait, there's no one. Oh, good play from Segura. Nice. I don't know where the runner on second is, though. Like, did he get picked off or something? I kind of think some kind of glitch happened here. Because if we look at our game log, Shaw flied out, to get the first out, and then in front of us, Avi was intentionally walked, and we came up with runners on first and second. We walked to load the bases. But then we look at their hitting, and all it says is Trevor Story grounded out to Josh Hader 1-3, and then the ground out that we saw, and there's no runner on second at any point. And this grounder should end it here. So either way, probably would have picked up the win. Hader was shut down there. And hey, there we go. We got one. Definitely wish we would have gotten more, but Segura's a good player anyway, so he just got a little better. All right, and hopefully we get a quick turnaround because the momentum's not that big. Gotta sweep the Rockies though. Uh-oh. Oh wait, never mind. I thought it was trying to nudge us into adjusting this screen because there's gonna be a trade coming up or something, but it's just saying to readjust it after the last trade, which I already did because I'm on top of things. And we do sweep the Rockies. We get 3 wins. Oh, all right. Well, what I was in the middle of saying was 3 wins from the momentum, and then I think we got 2 other wins, so we didn't lose a game there. But this is a one here. I'm not sure about it. Tyrone Taylor to be called up. He's a 73 right now, but it says attribute boost again. I'm not as confident at having a good game with a hitter as I am with a pitcher, so it's not an automatic, +6. But he is already a 73, and even if he doesn't become good enough to replace Kane, probably is good enough to replace Derek Fisher. I hate to say it. So we may as well replace him with someone better, and then maybe we can go from there once we make another trade. So I'll do it. We're gonna get Tyrone Taylor up here in the bigs. Would be tempting to send down a reliever, but there's no reason to have 6 guys coming off the bench. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's send down Derek Fisher, bring up Tyrone Taylor, and go ahead and proceed with that. Then we'll get a player lock with him. And honestly, if we do well with him, he could instantly move into a starting role. So that's the upside. Worst case scenario, he stays at a 73 and all he does is replace Derek Fisher. But best case scenario, he could start for us. All right, so with all those wins, 5 wins in a row, we only gained a win and a half, I think. Or a game and a half. But anytime we gain ground is a good thing. Let's go ahead, let's hop into this player lock here with Tyrone Taylor. Wish we would have been facing a lefty. Zach Gallen is probably like the toughest Diamondback we could face. All right, I'm excited about this. I gotta lock in and play well. But if I can focus and have a good game with him, this could be a big deal for the team. Oh, he's off to a great start there with an awful jump. Still gets to the ball, but man, that was bad. That might drop in. That drops in. That works. Not a good swing by any means, but it counts as a hit no matter what. I bet we could steal off of this guy. We're going. We're in there. Our guy struck out, but we stole second. I wonder if that'll contribute. But we were in there pretty easily. This guy's got a slow delivery. Oh, and it doesn't matter, though. Oh, that... I guess I didn't have to swing. That was pretty far inside, but I hit that well. Alright, at bat number 3. We're just getting shut down. This could be our last at bat here. Oh no, that wasn't even the cutter. And it fooled me outside. Wow, I swung at ball 4. But you know what? That was a 10 pitch at bat. Hopefully they count that for something. Alright, we do get one more chance here. They have Soria in to close the game. Oh, wow. That was awful. That's the worst at bat yet. A 3-pitch strikeout. Hopefully it counts that single and the stolen base in the first at bat, the second at bat being a hard liner, and the third at bat being 10 pitches. That should hopefully, in my book, that would be 3 good at bats. We lose the game. We got 1+, but we're gonna have to see how that translates to an attribute boost here. Alright, but this might be a rough stretch of games here because we are back to negative momentum. It's not going to affect anything, but it's not positive. Beat the Rockies, but still lose the series, and now we got to play the Cubs. Yeah, this is a big game. Man, and the Cardinals just won't let us breathe. Right back to 3.5 games back. All right, but what kind of boost did Taylor get? They still bumped him up to 78. Wow, okay. So he was, if I remember right, a 73, not a 72. So he didn't get +6, but +5 is not bad either. Now the question is, do I want to start him over Kane? Because that's a legitimate option here. Kane's down to a 73. You know what? I'm going to do it. We got to have our best players in, right? That makes the most sense. If it wasn't for it being Kane, this wouldn't even be a question. A 78 over a 73, of course you're going to put him in. So I hate to do it, but yeah, we gotta have Taylor in. It's honestly amazing how much we've gotten just from our minor league team. This did not happen at all with the White Sox. I had a couple of guys fast-tracked, but even they didn't really make a super huge impact unless there's somebody I'm forgetting. But already in this March to October, we have Bowden Francis, who is honestly, you could probably make an argument that he's pitching like our second best starter right now, just based on the stats you see right here. But we got him from the minors, started at a 70. We got Angel Perdomo, started at a 62. We got Tyrone Taylor, started at a 73. Now he's a 78. He's actually our our fourth highest overall player now in our starting lineup. And then we even, he's not in the bigs, but we took Tristan Lutz from a 62 overall to a 68 with a potential. So if he's involved in a trade and it gets us like Story or something, that probably wouldn't have happened without his boost. All right, but let's play this game here against the Cubs. It's looking like we got to walk this one off. It's the bottom of the ninth, tie game. We got a runner on first and 1 out. So let's end it early. Let's end it before we can get to extras. But we do have Daniel Robertson up, which is not ideal. Man, are you serious? I hop into the game here. Not only is Daniel Robertson up, but he was just put in the game to pinch hit for the pitcher when we got Vogelback on the bench. I wish it would have let me choose who to pinch hit with, because obviously Vogelback's going to end the game, but I don't want to just, burn an extra guy we didn't need to, but it's worth it to have Vogelback in. Because if he can just end it right now, then we won't have to worry about burning an extra guy. So that I'll just do that. Okay. We worked the walk with Vogelback. It seems like he does that all the time when I bring him in. They always walk him, but that's fine. We got a runner on second now with just the 1 out. Oh, no. Oh, why am I so early on everything right now? Every fastball that's caught the zone, I am early on. Please run this out, Gene. Please run this out, Gene. Thank you, Gene. All right, that works then. Man, I should have done so much more with that pitch, but it brings Yelich up to the plate, which is about all I could have asked for. Oh no! I got another pitch and I blew it again because I'm early on every fastball. Why is this happening? And they give him that. Oh man, that was a strike. That was a very good pitch. It didn't look like it was gonna end up a strike to me. God, dude, I can't believe I blew that. No, dude, it's no arm on Kane. That can't happen. That slider was supposed to get so far inside, and I don't even think I missed. I think the game just missed. All right, that'll be 2 though. So that's a good bounce back. Wow, okay. All right, hey, no matter what kind of contact that was, we only gave up the free base runner, so we have the same opportunity here. Keston up Yelich's speed on second. This is not the worst situation. All right, well, Hira draws the walk. That doesn't help in getting Yelich home, but that is the winning run then on first. Man, if Narvaez wasn't a pretty good bat here against the righty, I'd probably try and bunt these guys over. No, what a pitch. That's just not fair. Stealing a strike. Oh, and then it was the cutter. He tried to do the same thing. It just didn't get it, but it still got me enough to swing at it. All right, Shaw, you got to do it. It's as simple as that. You got to do it. There you go. That's not gonna do it though. And man, he should have been out at first. He wasn't even close to getting there by the time that throw came back in. But we move him up to the next station. There's literally no reason to pinch run for him. Oh my God, that almost hit him. Lead into it, Avi. He walked me. Oh, I took a chance taking that, but it didn't look like a cutter, and I was right. All right, that does it. That alleviates most of the stress. Now it's just the fun part of trying to walk the game off. And they're bringing in Kimbrel. I forgot they had him. That's fine, though. He's usually pretty easy to hit in the show. And maybe he'll just walk me, too. Oh, that was a ball. That got the call. 3-1 count, man. If it's not a fastball right down the middle, I can't swing at it. Oh, and it was! At least down the middle enough for me. And it gets down anyway. So it's a walk-off hit instead of a walk-off sac fly for Yelich. The game that we take him out of the lineup, too. That's funny. That was a very big win. That was a very big win that for a second there I didn't think we were going to get. And you know what? That was a better situation. I think we got an extra fireball there for it being an extra inning walk-off. Maybe we get that fireball anyway for it just being a 9th inning walk-off. Didn't think about that. But either way, we won. That's what matters. We're going to flip the momentum back to positive. Hopefully gain a little bit more ground. All right, so what are we looking like? This is going to be solid. Yeah, that's a decent flame ball there. Let's sweep the Cubs. Come on. Nice. Sweep the Cubs. We got the Pirates to deal with. Shouldn't even need momentum for that. Another fast track. This one, all right, this one is probably useless. You know what? Honestly, this one's useless to the point where I am going to decline it. I don't know if declining it means we'll get another one quicker, but even if we don't, it's probably better to at least try. Because even if the best case scenario happens, that happened with Angel Perdomo, this guy only gets to a 68. And that's if everything goes like perfectly right like it did with Perdomo. So I'm going to decline this. So we got the next key moment, instead of being a fast track, is going to be winning to keep the streak going. And it's going to be an uphill battle, but look who's in first. Finally made it there. After such a rough start, and in the early part of this episode, it seemed like the Cardinals weren't going to give it up. But I think that's a good stopping point for today. No other trades were made, but our team still got better with Tyrone Taylor getting that call up. And Segura got a boost, 1+, so maybe his season will be better than it would have been otherwise. So all in all, a good episode, especially since we are now in first place. But anyways, make sure to hit that like button for me if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the long road to 1,000. Very long way to go, but we're making good progress. Thank you guys all for watching this one. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next one.